destiny.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
What's going on?
Today, we are here to review issue number 3.
Oh, yes.
Darth Vader.
Are you prepared for Vader?
Guys, awesome issue. Loved it.
I can't get enough. I love this new series.
Yeah,
it's
A
amazing.
lot of things I got to say about this, so let's jump right into it.
Let's go into it. So, quick recap.
Yep.
Sorry. So, Vader is on his way. He found a Jedi Master Kirak Infil'a. He has been out, not taking
Barash Vow.
Barash Vow, yes, excuse me, I forgot. So he is out in the universe, just being on his own, hasn't been affected by Order 66. So Vader has found him, and he is going after him to take his lightsaber, to kill him, and take his lightsaber to take the Kyber crystal to create for his own.
Yep.
So he is on his way.
Yeah. So we pick up the issue with Master Kirak Infil'a, meditating and training with an android, with a robot.
It's with a robot android, I don't know, helper, servant of his, and he's got these weird tools dancing around him, but he's using his lightsaber. His android is also fighting him as well, so he's just training.
Yeah.
And the android kind of says, he's kind of giving him tips, and Kirak is like, look, I've been around for a long time. I have trained with the best of Jedi. I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, and there was one point where Master Infil'a had said to the droid something like, "Nice job, very good. You're amassing your weapons while attacking me," or something like that. But basically multitasking, and we kind of find out that the android has been kind of training with Jedi for many years.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Been training with the Jedi and helping him, so in his solidarity. So it's really cool. This dude, like we said before, he's got a huge
awesome
scar on his chest. The dude...
Master Infil'a, like I said, I want him to beat Vader because I want him to be around a lot longer. But it's a Vader series, so we kind of know what Master Infila''s fate will be. But so anyway, we get Kirak, Master Infil'a, senses that a dark force is coming.
Yeah, he tells the droid something is coming, something dark, and he tells him to get the mountain defenses. And so he lives on this mountain which has booby trap defenses, and he kind of find out later in the series where on this planet, island, wherever he's at, to truly know how powerful and strong you are, you have to make it to the top of the mountain.
And there's various levels of the mountain.
Various levels of the mountain, different tasks.
Yep, each is harder than the previous.
Right, and so if you can make it to the top, then you are the master. So that is how he became who he is, and that's where he's been for a long time.
And just to reiterate, this is a Jedi that is... does, prior to taking the Barash Vow, did one thing and one thing only, and that is fight.
Fight. He was a fighter. That's what he was.
That's all he did.
Built and bred for. That's what he was.
Awesome.
So it's pretty sweet. The dude has some skills. I'll tell you that much.
So we get Vader's ship coming in, right?
Yep.
And we get Vader himself, a panel of him and his droid, telling him, "Look, the defenses are up.
There's objects coming," and Vader asks him, "Are they ships?" And the droid's like, "No, they're just I can't remember what he said. Kind of like musical objects, because they look like musical kind of tone things." And so they start hitting the ship and everything. And the droid says, "Look, we need to evacuate the ship. We need to get out of here." But Vader's like, "No, I'm cool. I'm gonna land this thing, and then we'll be fine."
Yeah. So the ship lands, and the droid tells him, "Look, in 2 standard days. I can have this ship repaired. We can hang out here and then go and find deal with your Jedi."
Right. Yeah.
Vader isn't having that. Vader says, "No." I think he says, "I sense him
waiting. He's waiting for me."
Yeah.
Right. He's waiting for me. I'm gonna go. And so he starts heading off, and then we see a big boom. And Kirak is standing way up atop. I think he did a force push of huge boulder to kind of try to drop on Vader. It didn't work. But Vader looks up, and Master Infil'a says to him, You have darkness within you.
He immediately, I think at that moment, he realizes that the darkness is what Vader has done, right?
Yeah. So
does he notice at that point?
As he's kind of talking, because Vader doesn't say much. It's Master Infil'a who is saying all these things, but he mentions that I felt the death of all Jedi a while ago, and I feel that darkness, that hate. I don't think he says hatred, but I feel that darkness within you.
And those deaths, right?
And those deaths. Did you do it? Yeah. Did you do this? And Vader's like, yes.
Yeah. and I love how Master Infil'a was referencing Vader. Like, he called him creature.
He called him creature. And I won't mention it now. We'll get into it later. But he doesn't know who he is. You know, he doesn't sense that he is a Sith. You know,
even he tries to get his android to scan
him.
You know, databases or whatever to try and find information on who Vader is.
Right.
And Infil'a asks, "Is it a Sith?" And the android says, "No, it is not a Sith
because he doesn't have a lightsaber."
Because he doesn't have a lightsaber.
Right.
And we've heard, and I love the reference because he says, "We know that Sith carry a crimson lightsaber,
crimson blade,
and he doesn't have one.
He doesn't have anything." So they don't exactly know who he is, but he senses that he can use the Force, and he's got possibly the dark side. Yep. So Vader
uses the Force.
Well, he uses the Force on him, but he gets attacked by some big winged bird.
Prior to that, though, he uses the Force.
Yes, he pushes him.
So when Infla's up on the mountain, he kind of starts to choke him as Infla talks, and then Infla stops it and says, "That won't work on me," or something like that.
Right, and
I just thought that was cool.
And then he uses the Force on Vader, a Force push, and pushes him back. And then he
tells him about the mountain.
Actually, he tells him to open up the mountain, and it kind of starts flooding with water. Vader gets out, and then he gets attacked by this big bird. And what's interesting, though, is that this bird does some damage. He damages his armor, but he actually damages part of the armor on his leg.
Yeah, rips off the armor so you see the metal leg.
You see the prosthetic leg.
I loved that.
Yeah.
Like the mechanical leg. All you have is one side is his whole real armor, and then the other side, half of his leg is a mechanical leg. Yeah. That was freaking awesome. I loved that.
So exciting.
So, but one thing to note here is that Vader is going through those challenges of the mountain because Infla says to him, "This is how this mountain is built.
Right.
Come get me.
Come and get me."
Yeah.
And as he continues to keep going up and going up, he's getting rid of the birds. He's finishing these other tasks. The android's like, "Hey, we need to step this up because he's going to be up here soon." But Kirak sees and understands, like, yes, this man is powerful. And as he's also, Josh references the android is still doing the scans, trying to figure out who he is.
Yep.
But Infla actually says, just, don't worry about it. Allow him to come up. Open it up.
No more traps, he says.
Yeah, allow him to come up to the top. And what's funny is that he gets to the top, and Kirak says, "Oh, good job, you made it." And the android wants to prove himself. He says, "I will take care of this."
Yes.
So the android has not really a lightsaber, but it's kind of like an electrical kind of purple staff, kind of electrical staff. Thing. And so the android jumps to Vader. Vader just catches him.
Yeah, and he says, "I've fought Jedi for many years. I know how to..." And then right then, Vader takes him out. Like, he can't even finish his sentence.
Yep, he catches him. I think he cuts off one of his arms and then just throws him.
Cuts off his arm because he uses his blade.
He takes his electrical blade, cuts his arm off, throws him. I don't know if he punches through maybe the chest piece of the droid to kill it. And yeah, he just threw it away like a piece of trash.
Yeah.
He's done with it. So now this is where we get to the point, and this was one of the exciting pieces that I just had goosebumps in. Kirak finally realized why Vader is there. He says, "I know why you're here. You are here for my lightsaber. You want the Kyber crystal."
Yep.
He finally understood why he was there, and he senses that he is Sith. He senses it now.
So, I definitely love that part. And we get from Master Infil'a, at that moment, he says, "Look, I've been in this Barash Vow, sitting aside, watching the Jedi die.
Right.
And now I know my purpose." And this is the part that I loved. "My purpose now is to defeat you." and return the Jedi back to the light. I think he says, or something like that.
Because I think in his, I don't think he can sense. I don't think he senses Master Yoda or Obi-Wan Kenobi or a few others that are scattered across the universe. Because Vader just became Vader, so Vader. In other comic book series, he still has to go out and kill a ton more Jedi. But I think Infil'a sensed the killing at the Jedi Temple when Vader walked in and killed all the younglings. 66. Order 66, all the ones that were killed then. There's still a lot more, but maybe Infil'a thinks that he's the last one and he has to defend the Jedi Order. And then we get the battle of the century so far between these two. It was absolutely amazing. But what was interesting, though, is Vader... This is a way, Vader is still honing in on his powers. And he was weak. Kirak...
He made Vader look like an amateur.
What was also interesting is Kirak cut off his leg. He cut off his leg, the prosthetic at the knee. Cut it off.
And so you see that picture of Vader kneeling down, looking up at the Jedi, and that panel was like, "Wow, seriously?" Like,
right. And then Infil'a uses the Force push, pushes Vader off the cliff, and Vader is falling down.
But doesn't he? What does he say to him as he's falling?
We're gonna look that up right now because
he says, basically one of those one-liners of, you will. He wants him to watch him do something.
Once you are dead, I will seek out your master and destroy him as well. Because that's when he realizes he's a Sith. He's like, I know that you are not here on your own. You were sent by a master. So you must be Sith. So
he sends him down to this, basically this huge
abyss. It's just an abyss.
And he's laying there and says, you will sit there and watch me. Basically just go after his master, which we know is Sidious.
Yeah, and he yells at him, what do you think of that, monster? He calls him
He calls him
creature,
a
monster.
Just disrespectful to Vader, obviously.
That's awesome. Yeah, I totally forgot about that where he senses that he knew that Vader wasn't there by himself. He had to have been sent by someone else. He says, maybe a master. Kirak is putting all the pieces together just by Vader being there, just by using his senses. Oh, it was
a very powerful Jedi. So
very powerful.
If he gets his lightsaber, I've said that I want this one to live, but if he gets his lightsaber from this guy,
I would say, because we haven't really done predictions videos on this because it's kind of hard to do. So I'll make a prediction right now. I would say Kirak is going to last at least 2 more issues. Because
I agree.
Next issue, Vader is going to be down in the abyss somewhere with one leg. What is he going to do? Is his droid going to find him and then rebuild his leg for him? That might take a standard day.
Yeah, I get a sense that Kirak is going to probably leave the location that he's in, and Vader's going to have to actually go after him.
Maybe go after him, yeah. So maybe he senses that his master is going to be in trouble because Kirak is going after him. So Vader needs to get patched up. He needs the ship to get rebuilt, and he's going to go after Kirak, and there's going to be another badass
Wouldn't
duel.
It be amazing, though, if he gets to Sidious, and Sidious is so pissed off at Vader that he sends him out on just this impossible mission? Again,
could be like
punishes Vader for.
I could see that because Sidious does that a lot. If Vader, he does his job, but if he messes up, Sidious will tell him the truth and be like, "I don't want this to happen again."
And if this dude gets to Sidious,
dude, Sidious will destroy him. But Sidious isn't going to fight him. He's going to make Vader fight him because you let this dude get to me.
Yeah,
you fight him.
Yeah. Just quick couple of predictions there. That was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed this.
It's amazing.
Really enjoyed this particular issue.
If you are a Star Wars fan and a big Darth Vader fan like myself, go pick up this new series. It is on issue 3. It is amazing. It's 2017 Marvel Darth Vader, written by Charles Soule. It's absolutely awesome. Pick it up. Let us know in the comments what you think about it or what you feel, where you think this series might go, what you think Vader's going to be doing. Because as I said before, this does take place immediately after Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, when he became Darth Vader. So there's a lot of time frame in between Episodes 3 and 4. So pick it up, please.
Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel for future reviews of Darth Vader and much more, guys.
Yeah, much more. And follow us on Twitter for any updates.
NocBro Nation,
we're out.
We're out.